Hello everyone, this is Scramble from Emotionless Crypto Trading. Here we go today speaking about Bitcoin, the most important price points, details, and things out of the technical analysis, such as market predictions and probabilities of the future movements. Today we're speaking about a cryptocurrency out there which is priced at $8,300 and it's finding very nice market details within the technical side. That's why I did wanted to make this video as urgent as possible in order to help you trade the market better at this stage. Right, so the market cap is 264, increased a little bit in the last days, considering we had some alts leaving the general zone of the market and finding some increases based on the news, progress, and milestones they were able to achieve. This is a constant environment of the space. There is cryptos finding themselves into the general space of the market, and then there is cryptos always gaining some more attention at certain points due to their marketing campaigns or environments or any sort of milestones that they were able to achieve and promote in the right way. There's always specific elements out of the markets that are standing out and you can make a lot of the money with those. Having in mind that usually when we have an increase in percentage for a crypto like that, especially if it's an alt, then you can imagine anywhere between 25 and 50%, right? So what I'm talking about is if I click on a change here, I'm going to be able to see that Chainlink has 32% for today. If I'm going to the next page and I click on the change, I can see IoT chain has 33% in the last 24 hours. So you can see that even when the market environment is kind of, for the top 10 cryptos, stable, up and down, but sideways most likely, then you can see how some of the altcoins are still benefiting by some increase. 24 hours volume is below the average right now, $65 billion. BTC dominance is surviving anywhere between up to 56%, in the zone of 55 to 56 at a time market is stable. It's going to be a moment where we're going to fall below 50 and then the alt will take a very huge pump, which is something we're expecting and waiting, as I'm one of the persons that see more probabilities and possibilities into the altcoin market as return on my investments than compared to the BTC. Beautiful. So let's dive into the technical side, guys, and we have a few things here which needs to be discussed. This is the 30-minute candlestick we're looking at, and these are pretty much charts representations, great for day trading, but they can be used also for swing trading. What we have here is a nice construction with higher lows establishment. That's definitely something you have to look at. We're establishing continuously higher lows, which is it's crazily and clear of a bullish pattern. We're establishing the position from here, from the bottom, going towards just like this, very nicely. Take a look at that. Take a look at that, how nicely this stands up. I mean, this is one of the most clear patterns out there that we have on the market right now. Over the last few days, about 3 to 4 days, we're continuously building and getting closer and closer to the breakout point. Beautiful. We have multiple shorts failures along the way, especially here where the market thought that they're going to have a pullback, right? So people thought here we're going to have a pullback, and they did force the shorting positions, which kind of determined a sideways movement for a few hours, which ended up to be with a breakout. If we consider resistance line here, we had a breakout here. And just because the bulls are dominating the market, having in mind the entire structure here is bullish, right? So they reacted in the right way. On the other side, we have the strong support activated from previous top, which is the resistance right here, going towards. Take a look, how does it look like? Very nicely. This is important because the pullback is as healthy as possible, and such a pullback is definitely considered a bullish one. Take a look at that, 1.42%, while the increase was 2.8, right? That's somewhere about 50% difference in the price, which is considered as a healthy pullback. Now we're at 8,321 level finding difficulties. Either two choices, double top right there, and then we have to see where the next bottom is going to close and how powerful is going to be the volume, or we dive into the breakout area, and that would give us this representation right here, guys. We're talking about 2-hour candlestick here. BTC paired up with the US dollar for Coinbase. Take a look at the things. I'm going to start from bottom. We have 7,500 support, which does it very, very, very strong with multiple confirmations everywhere. Even from where our current channel, which is an uptrending channel, has started, is actually a 7,500 support. You can see that here, exactly just like that. And that's actually the starting point of the uptrending channel support line. The green one, which is on the lower side of the channel, right? The next one is actually the 7,800, which has tons of confirmations everywhere from both sides. Depends where the market was traded. Even within the current channel, that was a major point of establishing the first higher low, which did give us a signal that we're going quite aggressively upwards, and that we broke out of all the other resistances, such as this one, right? We broke out of the 8,100. We just did that right here, and then we found confirmation above it. Take a look at that very nicely. So what we did afterwards is we pushed up to $8,300 resistance, which does represent a difficult objective to break out for now. But take a look at that. The market is moving very, very nicely, and it's getting closer, right? So these are the most important things. It did represent a difficult movement at that time. Now we're getting closer. The pullback was little, was short, was bullish, and we're establishing a very, very high probability of breaking out 8,300. What's going to happen afterwards? Well, we have a $9,000 resistance appearing at this point, which is heavy. That's right. It does represent a heavy one. It also needs to be connected with a lot of the things. For example, we have the Facebook, cryptocurrency, global coin. It's all under hype and news representation. We're talking about Uber, PayPal, Visa, which wants to support the global coin of Facebook. And they have mentioned that they're going to back this thing up with each $10 million in a project. As an important new guys, we're talking about huge companies which are looking to be behind this entire movement, this entire new technology. On the other side, great things about the BTC backed futures, which are coming sooner than you think. It's actually, what was that? 22 June 22nd, when they're going to start testing the futures contracts. And the other side, we have the Ripple, which is continuously increasing their community and progress level. 14 new banks and financial institutions just joined RippleNet. RippleNet is crazy. It's one of the best blockchains out there at the moment, which can be used as a blockchain and possibility of technology in the most efficient way for the banking and financial system these days. It's extremely largely spread. There's a bunch of people hating Ripple. There are some aspects which are more likely conspiracy. On the other side, if you guys can make money with a crypto, you don't really care about its name or other things, what the audience are saying. As long as it's all legit, it's all great, it's approved by the government, it's approved by the banks, it's approved by the forces that are verifying these things, go ahead and do it. If it's not a scam, go ahead and do it. If you listen to the conspiracy theorists, then they're going to tell you everything is a scam all around you, and there's nothing that exists. Only the material things. Alright, so let's get back to the real stuff. Here we have the BTC, like I've mentioned, ready to do a large movement, and that's why we've decided to make this video as fast as possible. You guys can trade this. If we break out 8,300, you guys can trade up to 9,000 BTC long. We're aiming to get some volume and do this breakout in a powerful way. This is what we would want to see within the current market situation. Alright, so that's kind of all about today's video. It's quite shorter than what I used to do usually. We're in holidays, guys, and that's why the environment is a little bit different. Maybe even the audio or such a things. However, we did want to make this video in order to make sure you guys are very close to the charts and to the data, and you're following the most important things. So you can trade BTC long if it breaks out of 8,300, and you can trade short if it gets stuck with double top, triple top at 8,300, right? So you can either way do something to make money. Beautiful. So for those of you looking to join my coaching program, feel free to check the first link down below in the description area. We have got a one-on-one coaching from A to Z. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Hit the bell button after, and put your opinions in the comments area, in the likes area. Make sure you do the social movements, social actions of engaging. Thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you soon.